What's up, everyone, and welcome back to NBA 2K17. We are here for some Pelicans MyLeague, and this is going to be a little bit different of a Pelicans MyLeague video. As you can see, the video is a little bit longer, and this is going to exemplify this video what my problems kind of are with this game, which is game's not difficult enough. As you can see, say that and then choke on defense. But we're going to try and ignore the gameplay. In the background, I'm actually going to look away so I can talk about this more clearly, and I don't know if there are going to be any great examples of what this is in the background, but I have sliders for this game. I've had sliders for this game. I've tried like a few different slider sets for this game, and all of them kind of present the same problem. I've tried different things to make the game more difficult, but it is not difficult enough, and you'll see right now we just easily dominate a team like the Spurs. We go on an insane run in this video, as you'll see in the background, and really there's no way to make it so that you shoot poorly and the computer shoots well a high enough percentage of the time. Like I'll get one game here or there where it's really close, but like if your team is better, or it seems like if you have like a couple better players, you can just dominate. Like for instance, with having Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis and Josh Jackson to an extent, and a few different guys who can score in a couple different ways, like it's a little too easy for scores to get run up and to go on huge runs, even if it's not the greatest, because you guys have seen from past gameplay, I'm not a very good on-ball defender. I'm maybe not bad, like I'm probably not the worst, but I am definitely not a very good on-ball defender, so it gives opponents a lot more of an opportunity to score in terms of, you know, my defense isn't the strongest, but it just seems like no matter how hard I try to make the game, how hard I try to make it for me, it never gets any more difficult. And that's playing on real player percentage. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I've tried it both ways and it doesn't seem like it makes a difference very much. But I don't really know what to do going forward with this, because I still want to make 2K content, but the game is not difficult enough, and it's just not fun. Like, it's not fun to run up scores all the time for me. It doesn't make interesting videos. Like, I don't mind winning. Like, I like it, but how am I supposed to make a video where the game's close for like a quarter and then we go on like a 25-2 run? How is that enjoyable in any way? Like, what am I supposed to do with that gameplay? I was supposed to be like, yeah, this was a close game for the first quarter, and then we scored 25 points and they only scored 6, and now the game's over. It's 112-80. Like, I don't think that's very entertaining. I've had to do it a few times in the past. That's how 2K16 got kind of toward the end, is the games would be close for a little bit, and then we'd kind of blow it open with a big quarter, or we'd take a lead in like the fourth, and like a 5-point lead, and wouldn't give it up or something like that. But this game has been this way every game I've tried to play this season, and ever since I tried to implement new sliders. The problem is, though, the default sliders are like even more cancerous, because it doesn't make the game, it's not that it makes the game more difficult, it was just that it makes the game practically unplayable, because your players get tired way too fast on default sliders. Like, I play on 8-minute quarters, or 9-minute quarters, it's one of those two. I play on 8 or 9-minute quarters, and 3 minutes in, all my players were pretty much dead on default sliders. And the game was like just aggravating, because you had to sub in pretty much your entire roster, and they'd get tired, and then the players who you took out in the beginning were still tired. It was just unmanageable. And then every slider set I've tried since then, and every manual slider adjustment I made so that it's more difficult for me and less difficult for the computer to score, doesn't make it any different. And I'm really at a crossroads with this, because I want to continue doing 2K content, because I like to represent the 3 games that I've pretty much made my channel around, or like the 3 games that I've used in the past to build big series with, or popular series on my channel. Maybe not so much Madden, because Madden's been intermittent, but like last year, my Knicks MyLeague was probably my most successful non-MLB series in the history of my channel. Like, so it's kind of a like conundrum where I'm at, where this game is not very good, and I don't want to really play it, but at the same time I want to still make content because I like having the variety. I don't want this channel to just turn into all baseball, all football, or anything like that. Like, I want to continue to do this because I like building teams and I like having variety of different series on the channel. So it's just a tough time to really do anything because I don't know what to do. I'm kind of stuck, and that's kind of why I want your guys' input. Like, I know I'm not enjoying the game. You're like, some people will say, well, if you're not enjoying the game, don't make content. We don't want you to force it. That's cool. I still want to make content for it, but I don't know really what to do. As you can see, this is an early slider set. Like, I'm actually adjusting the sliders as I play to make it more difficult for the CPU, or to make it easier for the CPU and more difficult for myself. This is a little bit older. I've tried a few games since this, where like the CPU sliders were on like 55 and mine were on like 20, and it was the same result. So like, there's literally no difference between that and now. So I don't know what to do. I'm at a tough spot in terms of this game. It's not as good, and I hated 2K16 toward the end. It was not really a very good game. Like, I really burned myself out on it, even though 2K16 is probably undoubtedly the best 2K since the advent of PS4, but it still, like, by the end I just wasn't having fun doing content for it. That's why I really didn't do anything for like the last couple months or so. As you can see me adjusting music I was listening to some Spotify while I was recording this. I think I was in a party actually while I was recording this. Yes, I was. So I don't know what all this stuff with like these weird frame glitches are. I don't know. That hasn't happened when I recorded any other game. So I don't know. But like I said, this game just hasn't been enjoyable. I want 2K to be good. I spent a lot of money on this game. I spent $100 on this game this year. Well, actually like $85 after the discount. But I got the $100 edition of this game. I want this to be a good game. I want to be able to do videos for it, but I just don't know if that's going to be within the realm of possibility in the future. I tried to give it a little bit of time because I kind of knew from the beginning that this game wasn't going to be great. Like, it wasn't going to play great right out of the gate. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want this game to just like be unplayable and not fun to play. I don't know if anybody else is really having this experience. This might just be me, and the team might be a little bit too good. I might have too many good players or something. Like, I don't really know what I can do. So no, I didn't really like. I'm not trying to pose the question of like, do you guys want to see it, because I know people want to see this. I'm like trying to talk it out and see if this is a series that should continue if I'm not having fun playing the game. And in all likelihood, I'm gonna keep trying to find ways to adjust this game to make it a little more bearable of an experience. But I'm probably gonna be cutting down on how much this series gets posted, and we probably won't make it as far into the series as the Knicks last year. Now, the Knicks I always intended to make it a little bit further with. I think I only did 5 seasons of the Knicks MyLeague. I always wanted to do a couple more, but I just wasn't able to upload the series as much as I would like to. And I actually ran into an issue like that already. Like, this is like episode 12 or 11, 12, somewhere in that. And I had to stop posting for almost an entire month just because so much was going on for a while. It was hectic and it was too difficult to get videos out consistently. So I've already ran into an issue where like I'm gonna have less content for this series than I would any other series, but it just seems like that's always how it works out, just because this isn't a full-time thing, and it, you know, more than likely is never gonna be a full-time thing. But just that's the way if that's the way it's gonna shake out. Like, I'm always gonna run into this issue where I'm not posting consistently, and that does screw with the timelines a little bit. Like, I haven't even finished season 3 of my Blue Jays franchise, and that was supposed to last like 7 or 8 years originally when I had planned it out. So, but you know, I don't know. Just thinking out loud here. I'm gonna cut my commentary here. I'm gonna leave the rest of this gameplay. I actually quit the game, and I didn't count this game. I was just capturing it because originally this was going to be the video I used for this, but then we got up by too much, and I decided at halftime. I actually think I originally saved and quit, but I ended up just quitting the game completely when I went back to this file later on, and I've been testing some sliders and stuff, but Just haven't been able to really find anything. So I'll continue to try and do that. I want to do this. I've thought about starting with a new team. I don't know what that would be, and if I decide to go that route, I will talk about that in another video. But if that's an idea that you guys have, I don't really know if it would change anything, but maybe starting out with like an above average team, like say I use like the Timberwolves or something. Maybe starting out with like an above average team and then building from there would be a little more interesting than this team where we were terrible and then pretty much just signed a free agent and made a couple of like draft moves, and now we're one of the better teams overall wise in the game. If I started with like a team that was say a fringe playoff team or maybe lower, and then worked our way up to like a championship caliber team instead of just doing this like 1 year big turnaround kind of thing, I think that would be an interesting route too. I don't know. Or if like I did a team that is like a team like the Clippers, like that's on the fringes of contention or something like that. As you can see, the second quarter we shot 11 for 14, and like half the sliders were like on like 30s. So I don't know, but that's gonna be it for me. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys later for whatever content I decide to do for this game or various other games. See you next time.